Rupture of the aorta, pseudoaneurysm.
That's how we read it.
It's leaking.
Let's get her up to the cath lab, fix it.
Cheryl's 34 weeks pregnant. Wouldn't that irradiate the baby?
Well, it's not ideal, but it's very little radiation.
What about surgery?
That's the other option.
We'd have to put her on bypass. We can't protect the baby's heart rate.
So let's give her a C-section. Take the baby out of the equation.
No, she could still carry this baby to term.
Natalie, you were very concerned about the baby, but what about the mother? She is lying there with an aortic injury.
Honey.
Dad?
Your daughter has some damage to her aorta. It's what we call a pseudoaneurysm. And it caused a leak in the vessel wall.
Sometimes a leak like this will stop on its own. If that's the case, then Cheryl will be able to carry the baby to term. So at this point, we're just going to wait and watch.
We're going to take her up to the ICU where we can keep a close eye on her.
Whatever you think is best.
Morning, Dr. Choi.
Morning.
This your fentanyl OD?
Yes. Sarah, are you back?
I've invited Dr. Reese to become a psych resident.
That's great.
You think so?
Absolutely. I'm a great believer in psychiatry.
Oh, interesting.
Dr. Charles, this is the patient's mother, Mrs. Miles.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Miles. This is my colleague, Dr. Reese.
I don't understand this. Emmy doesn't use drugs.
A fentanyl patch is a very high dose of a very strong opioid. This is a difficult question, but I have to ask it. Do you think there's any chance that your daughter could have been trying to take her own life?
No, absolutely not. She's very popular. She has hundreds of friends. She has no reason to kill herself.
Do you have any idea how she might have gotten hold of the pack?
My mother has cancer. She's prescribed fentanyl patches for pain. I suppose she could...
Would you mind if we talk with her for a bit?
Please, go ahead.
Dr. Halstead. HR informed me that you still haven't supplied them with current malpractice insurance.
I'm trying to find a carrier that'll write me a policy.
I'm guessing that's because of the lawsuit.
Doesn't make sense. The suit was dropped.
But to an insurance company, you still look like a bad risk. Attending physician.